Alright guys, we are back for another episode of the Ragnamod series. This will be episode 8, I believe. Last time I messed up on the episode number. This time, hopefully I did not. So this is episode 8, and we are going to get started with today's episode. Oh, if I can press that pod correctly. So I have a plan. What am I standing on? A white, is it glitching?
What
So
is
this is
happening,
episode 8.
bro?
And we
The
are going to
texture for
get
the white bag
started
just
with
vanished.
today's episode.
That's
If I
interesting.
can press that. Anyways, we are going to get started with today's episode. And here's what I want to do for today. So I got a plan. The last couple episodes have been a little bit sporadic. So today is hopefully a little bit better and a little bit more organized. So we want to get started in immersive engineering. I want to look at the arc furnace, some upgraded power, like maybe I potentially biodiesel, but probably not today. I think that might be a coming episode. But then I want to get like a bulk smelter and washer set up over there in the mega factory, just kind of a temporary setup for now. And then I want to get a coke oven. That's really the first thing we're gonna do in immersive is get a coke oven set up and automated with refined storage. So that way we have it all set up and ready to go, and we don't even have to worry about it, and it's going to automatically produce some coal coke for us. That's why I want the bulk smelter too, so we can request charcoal blocks from logs and get all that ready to go. And then I want to get the resource collection going for our farming district. We're going to need a lot of calcite, dark prismarine, and dark oak. We already have a bunch of dark oak and calcite, which I'll go. Oh, I made updates to our storage system, which I'm going to go show y'all in just a second. But so that's the plan for that. And the farming district is going to look sick. I have an awesome idea for that. That's going to be our next like big project because the mega factory is like cool and all, but it's not going to be near enough what we need. So we're going to go make the farming district. And if there's time in this episode, I'll show you where I want it to be and whatnot. But I want to get 2 more spawners, and we want guardians, so that way we can get prismarine easier than just like haunting a bunch of lapis, even though that is pretty good. And we're gonna want phantoms potentially, and maybe magma cubes, because I'm not exactly sure what phantom membranes used for, other than like the tracks that are over here. So let's see here, phantom membrane. I mean, it's used for a little bit of stuff, but like not all of that much. Let me see here. Yeah, we might not do the phantom farm actually. It's really not that difficult, or not that useful. But anyways, I'll show y'all what I got set up. Me and Landon have been busy. It's probably been about 4 or 5 days since I last recorded. We got these set up. This is a little like it's kind of slow, but it's a little emerald farm we got going here. I made an auto trader with the netherite. I yeeted some netherite from Landon as usual, or some ancient debris from his occultism miner. Because I don't like magic mods really, but I'm sure I'll have to get into them at some point. But yeah, so we just have a bunch of these creating carrots, and then that goes into the auto trader, and the auto trader is set to carrots and to emeralds, and we already like made him good by putting him in the easy villagers converter. And he just outputs emerald, goes in this chest, and we got an importer on here that imports it all into the system. And we got a bunch of villagers over here who all do different things with like the pneumatic craft. These are all of our pneumatic craft guys, and they all give us a bunch of those little circuit boards. So we're using this to make pity machine frames from immersive, because this gate's immersive. So we're using this to get into immersive, and it's pretty good. And we can get finished PCBs really, really easy with these guys. You literally come in here and you scroll down and you trade for finished PCBs. And we have an absolute ton of emeralds over here. So we got 3,500 emeralds. But I'm going to show you how this whole storage system works and whatnot. So back here, we have an entangled block. That entangled block is set to the barrel we have down at our mob farm. So if we if we hold shift, we can look in here and see that it is connected to our mob farm, all of our reliquary items, and everything right in there. And I actually did create a wither killing chamber down there as well. We'll just go ahead and take a trip down there. So that way I got a couple of nether stars, killed the wither one time, or a few times actually. But this is a little tinted glass area for mob grinding utils. It's very, very trippy because it completely blocks the light. That's a little wither killing chamber, and it's connected. The entangled block up there and this entangled block are both connected to this thing. This is a comparator output to make sure that chest doesn't fill up, and it'll come right to here and it'll turn off the mob farm. And this is our blaze spawner, because I actually put a blaze spawner in there, got the nether star comparator and everything on there, some wireless redstone, and it is all working flawlessly. It looks like that guy is getting stuck though, which we might have to go fix later. But yeah. And Landon went ahead and upgraded our XP for us, but he ended up deleting a lot of it in the process, which kind of sucks. But at least we have much more storage space for it now. And back up here, we have, if we come back, I put a bunch of crafters in there so that way we can get this. And I ran that refined storage system all the way back here, and I set up all of these drawers. And how this is working is this entangled block acts as the more block faces for that barrel down there. So it's literally pulling out the items, and this is also an external storage setup. But so it's also reading the barrel. But anyways, it's taking all the items that these containers have and that we want to store in barrels, and it's putting them in, or not in barrels, sorry, in these drawers from functional storage. It's putting it all in the drawers. All these drawers have upgrades. And yeah, we're getting a bunch of diamonds and emeralds, glowstone, all of these mob drops from like the cave creepers, withers, all those guys. And we're getting a ton of these. And I even have our iron farm hooked up to this system as well. That's what goes over this way. So our iron farm is also inputting, and we have this much iron, which is a lot of iron. And this one is connected to this chest, and this chest is connected to all of these hoppers. And you might think that this creative botany hopper for the wheat is hard to make, but it is actually not. Creative, so if we look at the creative botany or hopper botany, it's just 2 blocks of netherite, ultra botany pot, sorry, and a notch apple, which we took from Landon, because he had 2 of them, and then he used the other one. But we just needed another star for this, and really it's not that expensive. But yeah, so we got all this set up. It's all going in here, so we're not really wasting any resources by just having those run. They're all pumping into here, and once they fill up, they stop, basically. But the only problem, wheat was the only one we started voiding so far, and yeah, everything else seems fine. And then on top of that, as you can see, we have a ton of steel. How we automated this is Landon got into like the chickens mod, which is really good because I have not done that. You need magic mods to do that. So we thank Landon for the 10, 10, 10. He gave us 10, 10, 10, 10 steel chickens, and these crank out 30 steel like every 3 or 4 seconds, and it just filled this drawer like so fast, and it's pretty insane because steel is kind of a pain to get, and in order to get into Immersive, we need a decent chunk of steel. So I figured this is probably going to be way easier than getting that live root and all that. Landon had just enough steel, or a little bit more than enough steel, to make this, and I am so thankful that he did. The other thing that we're doing is, I'll get to those in just a second, but we're also making a bunch of quartz, as you can see. And that quartz is coming from a chicken coop that I put somewhere, I think. I just cannot remember where I put it. Where did I put that? Oh, literally right next to it. This is our quartz chicken, and these aren't very good. They're not particularly great, but they do the job. We already have 40,000 quartz, so they do the job. And yeah, these storage drawers are pretty much very overpowered. And I have this thing hooked up to an external storage. Really, it's this one, which is a extension of this controller. So it's all hooked up to an external storage. That way our refined storage system can read it. So if we come in here, we can see we have a ton of items, and we are basically set. And we'll get to that. But anyways, and over here, as you can see, this is going into that same controller extension, but this is creating sand, soul sand, calcite, netherrack, stone, andesite, and cobblestone. So we have basically infinite of all of these resources once those drawers fill up, and we are so good. And what this thing is doing, this is an ultra botany, copper botany pot. So it is literally just putting all of its seeds in here. All of the seeds, or all of the grass, is turning into seeds, and the seeds are being put over here. So basically, we have a ton of seeds. So that way we can start producing seed oil for biofuel. But we'll get to that later. And we'll probably end up using sugarcane as the ethanol catalyst thing. But so that's what we got going so far. I don't think there's any particularly new updates on the Mega Factory. I don't think I've really done anything over there. I made this mechanical squeezer to help us with our nether or ancient debris. And I did that with a little bit of this setup right here, and we got that. I got the schematic cannon ready to go for our. This is going to be our bulk smelter that we're going to put here first, and then we're going to do a bulk washer next to it, and then have just a network card come here, and that way we can use refined storage all over the place. But yeah, our oil system has not been running in a while because I actually do not have any oil, so that's good. But we can now use industrial foregoing actually to help us with our plastic production, so we don't even need oil anymore as of right now. I still eventually want to get into the immersive engineering, but that's going to be a little bit later down the line once we get everything set up for immersive. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan for today. I think what we're going to get started with first is crafting that coke oven, and then we'll get some requestifiers. I think I have an idea of what we're going to do. So in order to get coal, we want coal coke. So coal coke is our end goal, because basically, really, we want creosote oil and coal coke, because this can be used in the arc furnace to smelt things, and smelting things is good. Well, no, the arc furnace uses electricity, so this will just be a good source of fuel that we'll have laying around. Really, we want the creosote oil, but we're going to need about 27 of these. Black sandstone.
Yeah, we might not do the phantom farm actually. It's really not that difficult, but or not that useful. But anyways, I'll show you all where I got set up. Me and Landon have been busy. It's probably been about 4 or 5 days since
one black sandstone. It takes any sandstone, so I must have had it. We might not have any sandstone. Yeah, that's it. We don't have any sandstone. I was like, what is happening right now? Okay, there we go. We now have sandstone, and we can just throw those two in there, and then we can come back and get the coke oven ready to go. There we go. We're going to get 27 of these suckers. There we go. And those are going to auto-craft for us. I freaking love auto-crafting. And once those are done, we just need the hammer from Immersive, which is maybe in here? No, perhaps in our backpack then? Yes. So I want to get this set up in probably the Mega Factory, just so that way it's, I don't know, just so it's a little bit more easier for me to function. I don't know. I just want it over here. But yeah, you build this literally just like you build any of the other things in the entry-level immersive stuff. You build it 3x3, and it's good to go. 3x3x3, sorry. But yeah, so now we have a coke oven, and we can automate this. We can put items in, take items out, put fuel. We can put tanks next to it and have the tanks take out the creosote oil, which we will do. But it's pretty
it's a pretty versatile machine. And once we get into thermal, Landon's already freaking gotten into thermal. What is that? Falling ash. Can we go up? Yes, so. I guess it's just like a weird lighting thing. But yeah, so Landon got the thermal. Landon's already gotten into thermal. I don't even know. Landon's literally like hacking, I swear. But he got like the nitro power set up and everything. I want to use more like dope looking power things because I don't particularly like power, but it's a pretty nifty mod. I just don't particularly like the way it looks. I'm going for like a more like steampunk kind of vibe. You feel me? Steampunk vibe. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going with right now. We have a bunch of stuff to do today, so let me get this like let me figure out what we're gonna do first. I think we need to gather these resources for a smelter, but we're not gonna use a soul campfire. We're just gonna replace those with lava blocks, so it works all good, and or lava buckets. And we won't be using a creative motor either. But everything else we should be able to just get. And I want to start auto crafting these casings as well. We need to get a schematic for that so we can just make automatic casings, and we have everything to completely automate andesite casing. Brass and all that, not 100% sure yet. We don't have those items automated, but that's why I also want to get into the excavator from Immersive, because that thing looks sick, and we can get a lot of resources from it. Like if we look at excavator, this thing, it is a sick. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is an excavator with the actual thing. But yeah, like you can get a ton of just raw materials from this, and it's like so good. It's so good. You can do so many things. Like half of this stuff, I don't even know where it comes from. What is that even from? Everbright. I guess that's in the. There are a bunch of custom recipes for this, I guess, but you can get an absolute ton of stuff, which is good. So we'll be using this, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty sick. So I'm gonna get started on resource gathering for the smelter and the washer. And once that is done, I will come back and I will let y'all know. So we're back, and I have done some of the stuff. So let's go over what we've done. So I got this. I got the most immersive start, coke oven, bulk smelter and washer, and I got
I didn't do these two, but I did go get a spawner,
as y'all saw earlier. But that was for coal. So we're just getting coal. But the spawner that I got was a wither skeleton spawner so we could actually get the drop of coal. Because we needed coal. So that's what we did. And I dropped some, and we're currently getting the skeleton spawns, and they're dropping coal, diamonds, all sorts of different things. And they're not dropping diamonds, but some of them obvious. But they're dropping coal, and we needed coal. That's what we did. And if we go over to our little mega factory, or a big mega factory, I made some changes. If the world will load. Interesting. Earth to world. Hello?
Yeah, let me relog real quick and then we'll come back.
Earth to world. Alright, so I just relogged. And we're back. And it's working. So what I did is I have a bulk smelter. Same design as our Hunter up there, just with stone pressure plates there. And different filters and lava right. And same with the washer right here. We just have crafters, set chests with processors. This one's got charcoal. I thought you could use charcoal for this, but apparently you can't, which is why I set up this whole spawner shebang. But yeah, all we got is an exporter, just exporting coal blocks into this thing, and this thing is straight up process. Oh, it's on the very last like 2 ticks. I was like, what is happening? But it's just about to finish this last one, and this is going to create us about 5 buckets of creosote oil. And whoa, okay, so 5 buckets of creosote oil. I guess what we could have done if we just wanted the creosote is done that, but that's no fun. So let's do it this way. And we might have to type out the items instead of exporting it, because I don't know if they can read it. So we might have to type out the items and put it in like a chest that's right here.
So that might be what we
do. We might have to type out the items instead of exporting it, because I don't know if they can read it. So we might have to type out the items for the 2 million we can store. But yeah, it's just gonna keep doing that, and we're going to get a bunch of this full coke, and this is gonna be a pretty essential little part of like immersive. I don't know if it's gonna be like that essential. It's gonna be more so the creosote oil that's essential. Like if we look at creosote, or am I just like tripping? Do we even need this? I really didn't even check. So, or am I just like tripping? Do we even need this? Do we not even really need this? I mean, we really need this? I mean,
we didn't even need this.
Dude, we didn't even.
How do you get treated planks then?
Do
you even need?
We didn't even need this. Treated. How do you get treated planks?
You need a bucket of creosote oil.
Do you need treated planks? So we can do creosote. I bet we're gonna. So I bet we're gonna.
So we get torches, treated wood,
the fluid tank. Yeah, no, it's basically is used for treated wood, so we really don't even need that much of this per se. Well, that was basically a complete and utter waste of time, but hey, at least we have it. But that kind of sucks. I should have checked that, honestly. But whatever. So I think the next step is I'm gonna get some crafts set up for immersive engineering, like for the different engineering blocks and like all that set up, so that way we can auto craft a lot of these like different multi blocks and get ready to go. I think I need to automate the create press. So we're gonna do, let's put this right here. Automate create press / mixer. Then, yeah. And then we're gonna get in the arc furnace, so that way we need plates automatically. Basically, we need to start like being able to autocraft plates and probably wire too. So we'll do that probably next episode, because this episode is almost out of time. Surprisingly, I just kind of rambled on this entire video. So I think next time we're gonna start doing that. And guys, I don't really know how to format these videos correctly or in a way that y'all watch. So if y'all have any suggestions or ideas for how I should go about like formatting these videos, please do tell me. And I will try to implement those changes, because I really don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of existing. So just let me know and I'll implement those changes. But yeah, for today, I think that's going to be all. And thank you guys for watching. All right, guys. So we are back with another episode of Ragnamod VII. And today, I believe, is episode 9. And we are going to do some pretty fun stuff today. I've gotten started on... So last time we ran out of time, but this thing has been running for a little over a day, and it is working well. We have about 360-ish buckets of creosote oil. Sorry, I really struggled to say that there. But and then we got these set up. They're all good and going. We got the schematic cannon. I finished designing the food factory hub that I can show y'all here later. When that happens, I won't know, but it'll be sometime during this episode, and I'll cut that. But I got a bunch of other things set up at the base. Let's start. We'll come to that in a second. That was a little spoiler. So if we go back to the base here and come up my stairs, we haven't really done all that much. We just added a couple more drawers down there, and we added a couple more of those. That's about all we've done in here, really. I haven't expanded much on anything else in this area. So that's really about all I did in here was get 3 more igneous extruders. This one's making tough, this one's making blackstone, and this one's making deep slate. The blackstone and deep slate we're both going to need for the new farming hub design. The tough is to generate resources for us. So we'll go show that in a second. But our mob farm and our other farms are all running super, super well. Everything is good to go. The bamboo did clog up the system, so I had to put a void upgrade on a couple of these. But everything's running really, really well. We have a ton of coal that we're getting from all this, like a ton of coal. So we're good on coal. We're good on almost everything as of right now. We have a bunch of stuff coming in from the mob farm. And yeah. So let's go check out what I've done at the Mega Factory real quick. So we come over here to our Mega Factory. I've done a couple of the quests within Immersive. All I did was get the Immersive tool set up so we can get access to other things. I got the LV set. I set up auto crafts for those. And we got the rest of the stuff the other day. But we need to focus on this engineer's blueprint, because I need to figure out why all of these are gated. And I'm pretty sure this is why. Either that or we need to pick up our alloy kiln. I don't know how to say that. But we might need to pick this up. That way it can like register that we have it. I don't know if that's a necessity to like move on. But anyways, so I think we need to get this, the mold set and the engineer's blueprint. So I just set up an autocraft for the engineer's blueprint. So if we look at that, engineer's blueprint. And it's kind of a messy... Oh, and everything in our inventory here is for these 2 machines. Metal press and arc furnace. Those are going to be our 2 most important initial machines that we need to get. But other than that, yeah, this is actually everything we need to build both of those machines. So we're very, very set on that part, because we got a ton of steel from Landon. But yeah, so we have paper, dye, iron, copper, aluminum. Aluminum was kind of hard just because it's like you actually have to go and mine it. But I just went over to Landon's occultism miner, and we got a ton of aluminum, like a ton. So if we go back to the engineer's blueprint, we can autocraft. Let's go ahead and autocraft like 4 of them, and it shouldn't be that expensive. And we're gonna need to run back to our table, I believe. Maybe we won't need that here. Let's go back here. And so we go back to our base. We come up here. I'll show you all the create things I got set up for autocrafting in just a moment. But let's say we put that in there. Okay, so we can get that cheaper, a blank circuit. So how do we get these molds? Oops. What is that, by the way? Does anyone know what this is? Like, what is this? Is this some sort of, like, you have to, like, purchase it, or is it just, like, quest search? I think it's just a quest search. But anyways, if we come down here to the immersive area, I want to get the mold sets. And we need this, and I'm not metal press. Oh, bruh. It's a completely different recipe, and it's way easier than getting aluminum. Are you serious, right? So if we come in here, oh, dude, that's so gay. Oh my god. Sorry if I insulted anybody. Didn't mean to do that, but okay, now we have this. I thought you like had to set it up and everything. I was wrong. But we just need some steel plates. So let's go get some steel plates. Crafted steel plates. Let me just get a stack of those. See, we got the plate crafting set up. I'll show you all that in just a moment. All right, guys. So we got the molds that we needed. So we got all these different molds, and we completed the quest. But that does not appear to have unlocked anything, which is awesome. So I have no idea what is like supposed to unlock, like the water wheel or anything like that. Maybe the kinetic dynamo is blocking those. But is treated wood blocking the blast furnace? But what? That is so weird. Treated wood. Do I need to go like regather the blast furnace too? Like, let's see. I don't think so, but you know, who knows? My wand is about to die. So let's see here. Let's see here.
I really don't know what is causing it to do that. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
I really don't know what is causing it to do that.
What do we need to look at?
So,
we have everything we need. Oh, I need to go show y'all what I
do we need to look
for the create setup. So let me go.
We have everything we need. Oh, I need to go show y'all what I did at for the create setup.
But
so let me go show you.
Anyways, here we are.
Get in here. I don't really know what's going on with the textures
coming from down there up here.
But
and I have
anyways,
the energy
here we are. So I have the refined storage setup coming from down there up here. And they're both just outputting power to this and running power up here. So we have different recipes, you know, inputs, belts, outputs with importers on them, and everything's on the power. That's wire for rods, or this is the roller for rods and wire, and this is a presser for just plates. And yeah, so this is set up. This will be able to craft all the things that we need for that. This is just a crusher setup that I have with a pattern grid instead of, you know, the normal thing. I guess we just have 2 random holes in our ceiling. But this is, sorry, that like entirely messed up my train of thought. But yeah, so this is just going to allow us to like craft certain things that need to be ground down. This is automatically grinding all of our tough that we're getting down into iron, which is going in here back into our other storage system. And we're getting copper, gold, zinc, and flint. I melted down a bunch of copper ore we had from our mob farm, like raw copper or raw gold. Sorry. So that way we have a ton of gold now. We didn't have very much beforehand. I went through it all somehow, but we have more gold now. We're getting copper. We're getting zinc, so we can automate brass technically, and we can automate like electrum and stuff like that. By the way, for these heavy engineering blocks, you do need electrum, but it's just like in a mixer. It's just gold and silver, so not too bad. Everything else is really easy to automate. But I think over here is where I want to set up both the... We have another hole in our ceiling. Where are these coming from? And another one. Oh my god. Well, we need a 5x5. And
So we're probably
another
gonna put it somewhere right about here, and the press
Oh
right
my
about
god.
there.
Well, we need... In order to do that, I would like to use the schematic cannon, which can probably do it. Do we have a schematic table over here? I don't know if we do. Let's see here.
There we go. We now have a schematic table. Boom, boom.
There we go. We now have a schematic table. Boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna doink, doink. And we're gonna come up here. Wandering trader. I thought that was like a freaking iron golem or something. But we need to place that there. Yes, that is the right orientation. So we're just going to come down here, place it in the schematic cannon. It says it is ready. So we just need to throw all of our stuff that we have in here. Really, we don't need all of it, but I think that should be everything that we need to make this. So it's going to start placing, and let's watch it. See if it's building everything correctly as it should. It is. All right, that's pretty sick. I wasn't aware that to create schematic cannon could go like this far. But there's already built-in schematics for like all this stuff in here, which is pretty sick. So anyways, I'll just come back when this is done being put together, and we'll get it finished. All right, guys, so it is finished, and we can just come over here and right-click on one of these blocks, maybe here. We didn't forget anything.
I don't know. Let's read the...
All right, guys, so it is finished, and we can just come over here and right to the workbench and furnaces, and let's look at the heavy machinery arc furnace. Oh, we didn't put the cauldron in there. Okay, so that's what we've missed. Okay, we need to grab that cauldron. Let me see.
Oh, I guess we
didn't put the cauldron in there.
Which is
okay. So that's what we've missed. Okay.
Okay.
We need to grab that cauldron. Let me see.
The hottest topic.
But dude, this thing is sick. This has had definitely an update since the last time I seen its textures. It looks like dope. Okay, so anyways, how this works is we need graphite rods. So graphite electrodes, and we need to get those. We need graphite, HOP graphite, which is gonna come from smelting just HOP graphite dust, and that comes from an industrial squeezer, looks like. So we're going to need an industrial squeezer with coke dust, which we can get pretty easy. Coke dust we can just get from the little grinder setup we have over there. But yes, so that won't be too hard to automate, honestly. But we now have that done, and so we have the alloy furnace, and I'll get that hooked up to power and everything. We're just gonna put like a flux point over here. That way it'll charge up good. I think this is where no, these are all just 3 different power imports right here. So you can put power in all 3 of those. And then next we want to get the plate, the gear, because we're going to get gears automated. So if we come over here, come back to the schematic table, we want the metal press. So let's come down here. Let's look for the metal press. That one, easy, bam, done. And we can come back up here. This one is a really, really simple build. So it's not complicated. So we're going to want to rotate this Let's rotate it. If I can click the right buttons. I think this is the way we want it to go. So let's just set it right there is good for me. I'm happy with that. So we're going to come down here. Oh, we don't want to go to -1.
Boom, boom.
No, these are all just 3 different power imports right here. So you can
rest
power
of the stuff that we need. Sick.
And
so
then
that one shouldn't take very long.
If we come back up here, grab this thing, it built it sideways. So if we come back up here, grab this thing,
take these down real quick, and then boom, boom.
It built it sideways.
And you can place which direction you want these to go in.
Okay.
So we can get that. Just then boom.
Take these down real quick.
We have ourselves the metal press. And let's go ahead and get the
and you can place with which direction you want these to go in. So we can get that. Then boom. We have, so we don't have to worry about like the freaking whatever it is. All right, so that's done. And we just need to now get these hooked up to power and start automating this HOP graphite electrode. And for this, it's honestly not that expensive. So yeah, we should have most of the stuff to do that. And I'll probably put that like right about here or over here somewhere. Because we're going to need that same machine just somewhere else for the biodiesel setup. So let me go ahead and get started on that.